That's correct.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Wednesday Sprints. That were supposed to be Boozy Book Club, but Cal is doing the nightmare thing that is moving, and we pushed them back a week.
I feel like Cal gets a pass on everything this month just because
Yeah, exactly.
the way it is.
Moving is the worst. So,
that's part of why I'm still in this house. I'm just hoping that, maybe I outlast my parents and I don't have to move.
There you go.
Not looking like that's gonna happen, but
but yes. So we're doing Boozy Book Club next week. Wednesday will be on my channel, and Thursday will be on Cal's channel. But so tonight we're just doing normal Wednesday night sprints. So if you are hanging out with us, let us know what you are going to be reading in the comments. The first sprint I'm going to finish. I have just a couple of things I need to take care of for Amazing Readathon, which, by the way, we have passed 200 official entry forms.
Nice.
Crazy. And then after that, I'm going to be reading The Fires of Time by Alexander Wyatt, which is a Smithbow book.
I could tell by the cover.
It's a really pretty cover.
It is very, very pretty.
Yeah. And not an AI cover, I don't think.
It's very
No, it's not, because this was one of our picks for the cover contest.
Yeah.
Or at least it was one of my votes.
Yeah. It is very hard because here's the thing, and this is what we're gonna see a lot of, and this is why I don't think we should do a witch hunt for every single person that has AI art in their cover, because it is very hard, from what I've seen, to tell a lot of the time, especially in covers like that.
Yeah.
To tell what is an AI what is AI and what isn't. Like, there are obvious things where it's like, okay, it makes it, like, I can see, like, now that you've pointed it out, I can see how this is AI.
Yeah.
I can see, but like the average person, which is including me, and I feel like I'm pretty relatively knowledgeable, unless it's a very obvious copy pasta of someone's actual art style, which a lot of the AI covers are.
Right.
A lot of AI works are. Because AI doesn't generate new stuff. It just copies and pastes data that's already given. Right. But like, they're making their ways into stock images, and we don't have any way.
And there's not really a way to tell. Yeah.
There's not a way to tell for your average person so your average person going to Adobe stock thinking, okay, well, Adobe is reputable. I'll probably be safe. Like, I don't have to worry about AI there. Adobe stock has AI in it.
Well, yeah. So that was part of the issue with the one that originally won the cover contest. Yeah. At least from what we like, it's really hard to tell, and it was like really kind of messy. But essentially on the Smithbow contest, when you enter, there was a question that says, does this have AI art? And it was yes, no, or I don't know. And unless you put no, you didn't get entered into the cover contest. So that author thought that they were that it was they were told by the artist that it was their own work. But what I think had happened is that the artist had used stock footage.
Yes, and they're expecting like this is a reputable place that I am paying for.
Yeah, that's what's hard.
Yeah, so in that case, like the ultimate fault, honestly, in that case, lies with Adobe.
Yeah,
like, you know that I am probably harder on AI, and I post a lot about it because I just like it is going to be a problem if we do not get policies and procedures around it now. It will be a problem, and we will not catch up.
For sure.
The fact that AI art cannot be copywritten is a definite like win for the artistic community.
Yeah,
so that's good. But like, yeah, it's just. Like, I will go after corporations. I will trash talk authors that knowingly have AI in their covers, like Christopher Paolini. But like, and it's not even that he may not have known until somebody pointed it out.
Right. Well, and that's the thing too,
especially defended it.
With TradPub is that like they don't always have a say in it. So like, it's not even Christopher Paolini's fault. It's like it's Tor's fault.
Yeah, and there are genuinely ethical ways to use AI. They used it on the new Across the Spider-Verse movie.
Yeah.
They developed their own AI and used it to train things, so it freed up their animators. But their animators were still being compensated for that work.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it's still like they still needed a human touch for the final product.
Exactly.
But it took away some of the busy work, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So from what I understand.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hello. Hello, Rainey. Hello, Caitlin. Bree will be here in a second.
Who is it? Adam Conover over at Factually. He's the one that does the Adam Ruins Everything.
Yeah.
He has a few good episodes about talking with people about like the actual threat. One of the most recent ones is like, what's the actual threat that AI possesses? And they sit down and they talk about like the actual definition of intelligence, and is AI actually intelligent? And
right.
He's got some good stuff. And then some more news with Cody Johnston also has some good stuff.
Nice. Reading Divine Rivals, having a best time. I've heard really good things about that. I have it on my shelf. I need to read it. Reading The Inheritance Games. That was a fun book. Currently reading Ugly Love. Hello. Going to be reading A Kiss Shara Wheeler by Casey McQuiston at 3% in. I hope you love it.
Nice.
I'll be working on my reread of The Crown of Guilt and Bones. Reading Bunny by Mona Awad. It's so weird and creepy. I love it. Nice. That book scares me. I'm not gonna lie.
I want to read it, but I'm also worried because I know that people who liked Catherine House say like they say that if you like Catherine House, it's a good book, and I did not.
But maybe it's just because they're both dark academia.
What? Yes and no, because that's what they were like. They were kind of compared. Like Catherine House is a specific type of dark academia. So I'll be interested to see what happens with it.
Yeah. Reading The Covenant of Water. Hello, Becca. Currently reading Her Majesty's Royal Coven, over 130 pages in, so pretty good so far. Nice. Starting Black Cake by Charmaine Wilkerson. Reading Scarlet. Is this the one by Marissa Meyer? Feels like a female-centric darker shade and Good Omens, with a little bit of Pretty Little Liars, because it shifts between former friends' POVs. Nice.
Interesting.
I've heard
good things. A student-teacher relationship that's questionable. I mean, not even questionable, just wrong.
Right. Reading Addicted to You. I've heard so many people reading this book.
Neva has struck.
Hello.
Okay.
Loved Catherine House and Bunny. They're both my type of weird, and they're similar vibes for sure.
Bunny, I was digging until we got to the end, and I was like, what was the point?
Yeah.
If you're going to imply that ending, what was the point of everything we just went through, please?
Yeah.
So.
Reading Soul of Blood and Ash, or Soul of Ash and Blood. Why do they flop around words? Literally, I don't know. And it's like all, like, I don't know what it is about specifically fantasy romance right now. There's like a trend of using the same words.
Yeah.
Yes, I found the third one at the library. It fits my 500 plus page prompt for my TBR, but I haven't read Scarlet yet, so I need to do that first. Nice.
Oh, nice. Cress was actually one of my favorites. I really liked Cinder. I really liked Cress. The way she brings everything together at the very end is really good.
I stopped reading after Scarlet. But it was also like April of 2020, and it was just like, wait, you know, and I didn't enjoy Scarlet, and then I was like, I'm not going to continue.
Interesting. Well, I would say if you have any interest, like Cress is a slightly different vibe, just especially in the way the dynamic between the couple works.
Mm-hmm. Well, I was just finding that like Cinder and Scarlet were so similar, and especially when you saw Cinder and her partner, and then Scarlet and her partner, and like they had opposite scenes, and it was just like they were so similar. And then it was like just a little bit after I had read Renegades, the Renegades trilogy, and I was like, her main characters are all the same.
All the same.
So if you like them, great. But I am bored.
Yeah, that's understandable. I would say that her most different of her protagonists is probably Winter, but like there's some questionable with how that's written.
Right.
Like on the one hand, having Snow White be black is like a take, like good for you. But are you the right person to be writing that?
Right.
Marissa.
Female-centric Darker Shade of Magic and Good Omens. Nice. There are so many court books. I have not yet. I'm really going to try to by the end of the month. But this month has gotten away from me.
Yeah, I don't know how it's the 19th. How the fuck did that happen?
I finally had to post on my community tab yesterday. I'm like, you're getting the 2 videos that I already have filmed, and you're getting my TBR. That I cannot film my own videos and finish Amazing Readathon stuff and still read books.
I am, just because of stuff that's going on in my life, considering like just kind of making a community post to see what people would want.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you what they want. They want themed reading vlogs.
I'm already doing that.
I know, but that's the thing. Is like that is all people are watching right now.
Mm-hmm.
But those take so long to make.
Yeah. My problem is that I don't think I could add 1 or 2 more videos a month if they were not live streams. You know what I mean? Which might be fun if like I have a live stream and the focus of that live stream is me reading the same book over the course of the month or something.
Mm-hmm. Like just on lives.
Yeah, and giving thoughts on that. But like, I just right now where I am, and especially with insurance season coming up and not knowing how busy that's going to be, like I don't, like I know that I would not, like I can barely keep up with 1 video a week as it is right now.
Yeah.
So it would have to be something that was short. I don't know. I would have to, like, I'm just kind of sitting down and like, what do you guys think brings value when you subscribe to other Patreons? What do you want? Like, obviously having a tier on my Discord that's just for Patreons and stuff. That would happen.
I will say that like I am horribly bad at my exclusive videos. And it's not so much a lack of time, but it's more a lack of ideas.
Yeah, like
I'm doing a travel vlog that'll come out later this week or this weekend, because I just need to edit it.
I want to start a series where I'm like doing behind the scenes booktube stuff, but those are all going to be like longer videos, and it's information that I want to have out there for everyone as well, because I don't think like most of the how to make a booktube channel videos are
5 years
COVID.
Yeah. No, what I've been doing for my Patreon exclusive videos have been the like non-bookish content.
Yeah. That's smart.
Yeah. So like I also have one that I was going to do on my actual
channel. Obviously content planning every month is a special thing that I could do.
Oh, I need to post that because I want to do that this weekend.
Oh, I
need to post in the Discord. Anyways, that was a
content plan together. I forgot to do July. I was like, oh well.
The courts are a prime example of fantasy romance flip-flopping with words and court of many books. I love that. Honestly, a court of many books would make the perfect booktube channel name.
Also make a very good book.
That too. Not a fan of Marissa Meyer's superhero series. That's
fair. Sorry.
That's fair.
I think it's her best series.
I do think it is her best series.
As much as I love the Lunar Chronicles, I do think the Renegade series is her best series. Although the ending of she finished. I feel like she finishes Lunar Chronicles a little bit stronger than she does the Renegades trilogy.
That is fair.
I loved those characters so much.
Yeah. I'm going to be gone all next week, so I'm not going to be reading much. Not read The Court of Books by other authors, but all those books fit a genre. Yep. A new court of genre has been created within fantasy realms. It's fair. Weekly non-theme vlogs have started getting traction. I do love theme ones, but weekly let me read whatever I want. Gives me choices to read, which I need. Once you have a dedicated audience of them, it works well.
My thing is that I find what I want to read, and I'm like, all right, this is gonna be a themed vlog.
Oh yeah, no, they are the most random themes. I mean, come on, my Rainbow Project. I'm reading 5 orange books.
Yeah. Like for me, like I have one that's all thrillers. I'm gonna have one that's all blue books.
Right.
Which I'm not sure how I'm gonna manage that because I don't want to post it during August, but it also is kind of next to my vlog thing after BookNet Fest. That's
Post
fine.
it out of order.
I can post. No, here's the. I don't want to post a book about blue books.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Hold it till September.
Heading. Yeah, I know. Okay. Anyways, you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, just hold it till September.
But anyways, so I have to finish the one that's all 3 tour books. But then I have one that's just like randomly Ruin of Kings and one that is Little Thieves and Painted Devils.
Yeah. What I love from Patreons is specifically the exclusive videos. I like seeing more from my favorite content creators. I promise I will get better at it. I
also need to make more D&D content part of my channel.
See, like that would totally be a thing that you could do for your page. You could theme your entire Patreon around D&D.
I feel like I'm gonna stick with the library nerd theme, but like, so here's my thing is I'm thinking about the book recommendations videos, like book recommendations for bards and book recommendations for warlocks and that kind of thing to maybe get some of that.
You could do the tiers as different types of D&D characters. Listen, I have so many ideas.
I could. Yes, I could. That would be a fun, like, kind of.
It would be very niche to you, which is what Patreon is supposed to be.
It'd also be a fun kind of Patreon perk if I can find like a good way to do one-shots.
Yeah.
To just be like, hey, this Saturday I'm gathering with a bunch of friends and we're gonna stream.
Margaret says do it. Or Rainy
says do it. I'm Margaret.
Yes. Listen, it's been a day. I was telling Margaret before we went on today that I spent half of the day thinking it was Tuesday, which would have been fine when I figured out it was Wednesday, except that I had a report due today. And I spent all this morning thinking, oh, I don't need to send it off until tomorrow afternoon.
No, I love it when that happens.
Content planning is my favorite. I love content planning lives. I'm like, if someone offers content planning, I'm immediately signing up.
Yeah.
Because I am nosy.
And like my goal is to just start small. I don't even know if I'm gonna specifically do Patreon, but like if you donate to a Ko-fi, you get access. And, like you should do
a Patreon. You could do one that's like $1 a month.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm thinking. Start out at $1 a month, and then as we go, like add tiers that has extra stuff on there.
Absolutely.
So
I campaigned for part-time. This was it. Part-time wilting during summer months.
The thing is, I campaign part-time, wilting during summer months.
There we go.
Life is too short to be at home.
There we go. I got you now. Here you go. The temp went back up in the UK. Maybe a bit frazzled. It happens. It happens. Hello, Neva. Okay. I do feel bad that I haven't done an exclusive video every month.
Yeah.
But we've done like a lot of live shows and stuff. And you guys were like, you guys know more about the Amazing Readathon than anyone else does.
Like I figured like $1 that gets you to pick a book.
Yeah.
For me to read every month and put that in.
Hello, Katie.
Maybe I can tie it in with Salem. Like I'm a fucking.
Yes, yours definitely has to be Friends themed. That's so great. If I do a Patreon, I don't have RE content. Probably planner stuff too, because I don't feel like enough people actually want it on my mainstream channel.
Yeah.
That's true. That is true. And also, like, especially with kids, like you want that behind a paywall because you don't want just anybody seeing things.
Maybe I can do also like maybe occasionally an unfiltered rant video.
There you go. Although those do well. I've spent today feeling like it was Thursday. It's been Tuesday today. Yeah, we're being duped. Yeah, I have $1 tier too. And that essentially gets you sprints. Yeah. Hello. Also have a theme and tier names picked. Like my top tier will be my lobsters because of Ross and Rachel. I love that. Gotta have a pivot tier sandwich. I love this. Smelly cat. Yes, love it. I am the people who want Neva's planner content. It's fair. All right. Well,
I'm gonna go
That's
eat
in the
some
comments. So, shall we do a sprint?
Sprint. Absolutely. Oh my goodness. My allergies have been going all day.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. And of course, today is the day that they're like, you need to come to the front today and talk to this person.
I don't want to.
They have not, I have called them back. They have not even bothered to call me. Just have them call me. No.
No.
I'm like, I can't say no. Is my boss asking?
That's fair. All right. Well, then we will see you all in 45 minutes.
Yup.
Hello, welcome back. And we have a Bree.
Hi.
How's it going?
It's pretty good.
Nice. I ended up finishing the audiobook of the book that I meant to finish earlier today. During that, because I had like literally 45 minutes left of listening time. It will be my worst book of the year. You're muted.
I said you need to drop a book that was in the private chat.
It was The Chaperone by M. Hendricks.
Oh, that just sounds awful.
No, it was like supposed to be like this feminist Handmaid's Tale thing. It is to The Handmaid's Tale what Left Behind the Kids is to the original.
I mean, considering the inherent flaws of The Handmaid's Tale in and of itself, that doesn't.
Well, that's why I was hoping it was gonna because it just came out. I was like, okay, it'll be like this modern twist on it.
Modern twist. It might actually recognize that women of color have already lived that life.
Right. No, it did not do that. It did nothing. It absolutely did nothing. It was a waste of 10 hours.
I'm so sorry that you had to go through this.
I was so mad. It will be 1 star. I'm gonna write a very long review on it the next sprint.
Oh boy.
It's fine. How'd you guys do?
Well, I finished the rough edit of all of the camera footage. I'm going through the footage that I took on my phone of the panels at BookNet Fest and going through editing that.
Nice.
Which is really cool because one of the people that we had come in is Jen Cousins, and she is someone who is actively, her organization is actively fighting book bannings in Florida.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing a couple of clips.
Which Mari was when they were trying to plan it, they're like, well, our philosophy is yes, we know that Florida's doing this. Yes, we know Florida's doing that. This is exactly the time that that Florida needs people coming to talk about books and especially queer books and things like that. And so she's like, here, we decided we wanted to have somebody who was local come in and talk about what can be done in the state of Florida or what things are being made in the state of Florida.
Nice.
So anyways, I'm gonna try and figure out how I want to do, if I want to just take all of the panel footage from days 1 and 2 with the exception of that keynote speech, because most of it was just taken for the B-roll. I'm like, should I just mash it all together in the middle?
Yeah.
And then just have my talking parts, because most of my talking parts are talking about Fourth Wing.
There you go.
You're just
relevant.
Slowly devolving insanity as I go through Fourth Wing.
Bree, what are you doing tonight?
I'm not 100% sure. I'm currently reading The Tattooist of Auschwitz, and I'm still scared to read it.
Thoughts and prayers. Hated that book.
As
a baby booktuber, I hated that book. So that should tell you something.
Yeah, I have a very hard time with anything Holocaust centric.
Well, that's not even what I had a problem
in general.
with. It was that she actually interviewed the person and then chose to take so much creative liberty and not actually tell the story.
Yeah. I don't know much about what is based
it was
on
the fact that I don't know, she just she jumped around way too much, and there was a scene where it was when he was taken away from her and it just immediately switched to another POV, and I was like, we could have stayed in that moment for a whole nother chapter.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's just way too short of a book. She tried to do way too much of a story in 200 and something pages.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm not hating it so far. I'm only 60 pages in. But I'm still scared because me and the Holocaust books, it can put me in a really bad headspace. Because when it's fiction, fiction, like fictional situation, I can I can categorize that and compartmentalize that in my brain. But when it's based on real things and real humans that are really screwed up and I can't fix,
That's fair.
especially as a teacher and as a person who like is trying to help humans become good humans, it's like really painful to experience anything related to humans who were like people who are in my position, who are, you know, meant to influence people in a positive way, did the opposite. It really is hard for me to read.
Just make sure that the next book that you read is like fluffy and happy.
I was gonna say maybe that's one that you
I'm supposed to read. Yeah, the next book I'm supposed to read is the only one left. So I'm not sure that that's really helping.
I don't know. I heard that one's bonkers. So like maybe.
Yeah. I mean, honestly though, like a thriller I think that could be like just the right amount of like chaotic good time. That,
right. Yeah. Maybe.
Especially with how Riley's last book was very, you know, chaotic and like over the top at the end. So it could be. It could work.
We'll could be what you need.
Yeah. We'll see.
I did see that there were
forth with something. You know.
Oh yeah. I did see that there are like 5 different exclusive editions for this book, and it's a little bit excessive. It's a little.
Why?
Yeah. However,
you're promoting consumerism without telling me you're promoting consumerism.
Right. No, I think they absolutely are. However, the cover is gorgeous. Is it not? It doesn't match the other 2 books, and that's frustrating. Not that I'm going to read it because I didn't even read the second one and I had home books. But it is a gorgeous cover. This is really, I think we kind of answered this in the comments. Boozy Book Club is not on Patreon. That's something that Cal and I do. We just had to push it back a week because Cal is moving. I do kind of have a book club with Patreon. We have, we pick one of the books that's on my TBR. We pick one, and then we have a Discord chat about it, and then I do a spoilery vlog for them about it. We were doing live shows, but it was getting too hard. It was like some people weren't reading it, and so I just decided we're going to do a spoilery vlog instead.
Yeah.
Because it just worked better. So we're going to try that this month with In the Lives of Puppets, which I really should start reading sometime.
That's the title. Yeah. I'm already freaked out.
It's a Pinocchio retelling. We'll see how it is.
It's really like horror meets Live, Laugh, Love.
You know. Yes, book club. I
should do that as my Patreon book club is just me rereading all of my favorite books.
There you go. So we are skipping August because of Amazing Readathon. That's why you haven't been able to figure out what next month's book. There we go.
Next month works better. I would rather we had months belong to books.
So we're not doing one in August. In September, I happen to have the book right here. We're going to be doing Camp Damascus by Chuck Tingle.
Oh man, I might have to read.
We will read the whole thing on sprints because it's real short.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a fun time, but we are skipping August. Because I'm going to be a little bit busy.
Are you? Why? Do I know about this?
Yeah, I don't know. Bree, have you been recruited yet?
No, not officially. I'm still conflicted. Because, honestly, at this point, I think I'm just going to have to pick a team and not really worry about the color as much. As
just use spinner wheel.
Right, as much as the other thing. Because,
I could just tell you what the smallest team is, and you can join that one.
Yeah, that's true.
I can tell you that actually right now.
I think it's is it red again?
It was red and yellow were tied. Because purple got big again. But then also Bethany just put out a video today, and so I imagine yellow got bigger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna, at this point, I'm probably just gonna just pick a team and focus more on just continuing to read my summer TBR.
Like, weirdly, green team got big. I don't know how that happened.
I feel like green is another one that's very popular on covers, though.
Yeah. So green team is actually the second biggest now, then purple, then yellow, then red.
Yeah, Bree, we need help. Purple
no,
needs
wait,
help.
I lied. Yellow, then purple, then red.
Bree, purple needs help.
Okay, definitely purple then. Right?
So of the two that you wanted to decide between Cal's team and Margaret's team is smaller.
Tis.
Gotcha.
I wanted an IRL book club where I live, but where I live, books are ancient artifacts. You know.
Have you look up Silent Book Club online, because you can apply to start an IRL silent book club, and basically it's like what we do on reading sprints, just in person.
Yeah, that would require you like peopling though.
Yeah. See, the hard part of that is like,
this is the extent of peopling I can do.
Making friends that also want to read, that live where you live. Like, that's the challenge of it.
That's why I said, like, the Silent Book Club would be a good place to start, because you can just start hanging out with people and then see about that. Yeah. Check with your library, because a lot of the time the library or the bookstore will have a IRL book club if you're looking for one of those.
Mm-hmm. Didn't read, had to work on updating some product covers for music teacher resources I'm selling for back to school season.
Nice.
We have a Hello Brie. Read 92 pages in the final stripe and will now be switching to smut of some sort. Love that energy. Shouldn't you wait to read the final strife until next month, Kaylin? It's a very blue book. You're on the blue team, I think. I am getting people confused at this point. There's like 230 people in the Discord.
Listen, Liz is on green team. They'll be fine.
Liz is on the green team. They'll be fine.
She'll do twice in the
year. Also, I think Sherry is on the green team, and Sherry reads a bunch. Green is gonna like. They may be small, but they're mighty.
Did I fuck this up?
61 pages in Inheritance Games. Have 29 minutes left. Hello, Jen, just joining, reading volume 10 of Demon Slayer, and we'll listen a bit of my audio.
And as we were discussing earlier, I'm not worrying about the color of the cover all that
That's
much.
The thing. Like, BIPOC authors give you the same amount of bonus points.
Yeah.
The audiobook of Good Omens is so good. Excuse me. Got 7% into I Kiss Shara Wheeler, liking it so far. 63 pages of Black Cake. Are you liking this, Crystal? Didn't read much, had Stromboli for dinner, and then just watched the newest episode of My Happy Marriage anime on Netflix. Nice.
Is the marriage actually happy though?
You know, maybe. we don't know. Worked on some August bullet journal spreads, and now I'm eating dinner. I didn't know you bullet journal. You should do that. You should do a video on it, because those are fun. No, those are really hard videos to do though. Just because like you have to like figure out the setup,
the angle, and you need the arm for your camera.
I used to have my desk pulled out or like catty cornered for a while, so I could actually put my tripod behind and tilt it and have it propped against the wall, so that I could just do it that way and then have it go that way.
That's how I had to do it. If you've been around my channel for a long time, I started as a bullet journal channel.
I might still have the card you gave me at BookCon that says coffee, books, and bullet journals somewhere.
Well, that I didn't change my channel until 2021.
I know. I was here when you changed your channel. We talked about it
because it was right after we lost Zephyr.
Yeah.
But like from 2017, so I started my channel in July of 2017, and until January 2018, I only did bullet journal content.
Yeah.
And then I would try to sprinkle it in for like the next year or so, and then I would just stop doing it.
bullet journal, the bullet journal niche kind of had its people, and it was really like, I imagine it was very hard to break into that.
Yeah.
Well,
and it was toxic.
Yeah.
Like
there were a lot of productivity videos.
That community, no, it wasn't even that. It was like that community was so set on like being unique. And it was like, if you even used the same stickers that somebody else's,
that sometimes could be
you like were blacklisted. It was so stupid.
Yeah.
And like,
which is Heaven, considering that like part of what they sold were their own stickers.
I don't know how to. And like, heaven forbid, you did the same type of design as Boho Berry, because like,
right.
Right, like if you had a similar style to somebody else, then
yeah, or if you
felt like there wasn't
your letters from someone else, oh my goodness,
yeah,
it was bad. Love reading manga while listening to an audiobook. So excited for the new Doctor Who series. Yeah, I actually just finished watching. We're rewatching it right now, and I just finished watching the end of the Matt Smith Doctor, which was so sad. Brie, have you finished reading A House with Good Bones?
Yes, I did. It was good. It wasn't as good as the previous one from that I read from T. Kingfisher. Just because I feel like that one suited me a bit more than this one, but it's still like at least a 4.
I just love that cover.
Mm-hmm.
All of their covers are so good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was still at least a 4. I've been going back and forth between the audio and physically because I started it this morning while I was getting ready. I think physically is a little bit better for me because audio I can't dissociate quite as much from the painful moments.
Right.
Whereas if I'm reading, I can just like, nope, those words aren't on the page. This one. I see nothing. Block it out. Sorry.
Hello, everyone. We'll be reading Court of Nightmares. Welcome. Had Crescent City Book 2 spoiled for me yesterday because of the real Bloomsbury published. I had done so good avoiding spoilers. Oh, that sucks.
See, my thing with spoilers is I will have forgotten it by the time
I will forget it, right? Like I can be spoiled for things. Also, I will usually spoil myself for TV shows and movies, specifically if it's a really stressful one. Yeah. Because I don't want to be stressed.
Yeah. I've done that with books. Like if I start to get the feeling that my favorite character is gonna die, like I did that with whatever the last Diviners book was.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm starting to get the feeling that my person is not going to make it out alive. Nope. You gotta like because it was Joe from Average Joe Reads had tweeted something, and I knew that his favorite character was also my favorite character.
Oh no.
So I was like, oh fuck nope. We're just gonna double check this. And I literally skipped to the end of the book.
Yeah. I think the choices and accessibility of exclusive covers is good. If people only buy one, more people could get access to an exclusive. This is true. But the problem is that they all 5 of them have a different thing. It's kind of like the new Hunger Games book that came out. Like every exclusive edition had a different thing.
Mm-hmm. Which is fine.
I'm rotating through colors on my nails to see which one feels more comfortable. Nice.
I have feelings about exclusive editions as it is anyway.
That's fair. Becca wants you to join the red. They are the smallest. Hate to put a video, so Green probably.
What I'm gonna pick up are gonna be red though. Like I'm super confident about them.
Yeah, right. Exactly. I feel like red is very much attuned to like thriller and horror because there's a lot of that.
Right.
Like I couldn't find a single romance book to recommend.
Yeah, thriller and horror is either going to be like red tones, like reds and oranges, or blues.
Yeah,
I feel like are the biggest colors on them, and like most of the ones that I have are more in the blues than in the reds.
Fair.
For thrillers.
Not gonna lie, I just ended up picking blue the other day because a lot of the books I want to read in August are blue. That's how you should do it. Find the books that you want to read in August, and then whatever's the most, pick that.
Yeah, see, but like I have like a big mixture of colors.
It also doesn't matter what the size of it is because, like I said, they're averaged. There's nothing here. It's bad, but on the Silent Book Club page. So thank you. Nice. Started the work I need to do tonight. Tonight I'm working on writing sections of the textbook I'm co-writing. That's so exciting. I saw you talking about this on another sprint, and that's so cool. Battle Drum Book 2. My cover of The Final Strife is very blue. So, but I have it in hardcover, like the original first edition.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what I was thinking.
Oh, I didn't go back far enough. Shit. I might have accidentally done the wrong sketch, guys. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Okay, yeah, you have the Goldsboro Final Strife. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Trying to catch up on reading. Yes, glad you're feeling better, Kay. I thought about doing bullet journal videos, but I always forget. It's hard. They're like they take the longest to get done. It's all privated for a reason. I mean, there might be a couple like weekly things, but for the most part, it's pretty much private. It's a Cinderella-inspired story. It apparently deals with what happens after the marriage, but so far they're just engaged and there's magic. Nice. There's a missed opportunity to make an undead joke there when I said kindred spirits. You know. I think I need to develop my commitment to Jean to do bullet journals. I can't commit to long term. You know, that's also me because my thing was like if I didn't do it Sunday, then I just didn't use it the whole week.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
I can do it Sunday or I can do it Monday morning.
Right. Yes, Margaret's blanket is looking really good. What month are you?
This is the first book of March.
Nice. You have been working on that because you were like just starting February last week.
I think I was 2 into February and I only read 5 books in February, so you know.
Excited for her upcoming book that's going to be a Sleeping Beauty retelling. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Who's upcoming?
The Twilight twinkled through my skin like diamonds. How funny. You know, that's a little terrifying, honestly. Sparkly people aren't supposed to sparkle. I need to look up spoilers for the last Spider books because I DNF'd it 3 times. It's also
but not your.
I only read the first 2 and then got rid of them.
What is it called? The third book, Before the Devil Takes You, has one of my favorite, like, not sex. I mean, it is a sex scene, but it's not a graphic sex scene. So, like, it's got one of my favorite portrayals of, like, how consent works. In like all of YA. So.
That's how I picked my team. All the books I wanted to read in August are blue. Yep. This was a big problem. This was stupid. You should not have special edition arcs.
That's just asking for someone to sell them.
Right.
You're literally just asking for a resale to happen.
Well, that's like with the Fourth Wing arcs. People are like trying to sell them for a bunch. I was like, this is how you get blacklisted by publishing.
Which is why we need to go back to arcs just being like plain, you know?
Right. That's the point of an arc.
Of arcs back in the good old days, it was like you didn't even have the cover yet.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how it's
just like
to be.
Cover to be revealed or cover, you know, like.
Or just like a very basic type of the cover, like a black and white cover, like whatever. It's just like you definitely don't need special editions of arcs.
Right. Like the arc is already special because it's an arc.
Yeah. Right.
Like, I get why they did that because like arcs they photograph better if they have a cover.
That's fine. Yeah. But you don't need 5 different types. I bought some awesome green pants I love, so I picked green. Nice.
You know,
that's the way to do it.
Yeah, right. My blue that is driving it is Serpent and the Wings of Night. Wonderful book. Just coming back and I see colors, so go blue.
I'm just saying next year no blue team.
No. We'll do orange instead of blue.
Yeah, exactly. Or if we're gonna The fact that we don't have orange and blue is kind of just offensive to me as a Gator, but that was the only time I cared about football.
That's fair. That's fair. I like journaling, but I mostly find it way more convenient to use spreadsheets for TBRs and readathons. Same. All right. Well, let's do another sprint. Let me reset the timer. I need to figure out what I'm doing for dinner because, yeah.
I need to figure out what I'm doing with my life.
You should
You know,
eat
same.
food.
Huh?
You should eat food.
Right. The problem is I don't have any food
Oh, no.
in my house because we have family in town. Well, we have family in town, and I wasn't sure like what nights we were going over there. So I'm like, well, I guess it's a DoorDash night.
Mm-hmm. That's fair. I went to Subway today because I had a Subway coupon. And
Cal and I ate Subway when we went to Pennsylvania.
All right. Well, then I will see you all in 45 minutes.
Cool. Hello.
Hello. Welcome back. I got my tabs set for this book, and then I went back and like tabbed things that I had highlighted on my Kindle now that I have the physical copy. And then I read 24 pages.
Nice. I finished editing the clips I took on my phone, and then I started editing the final edit, and we're 4 minutes into an hour and 20-minute video currently.
Wow.
Watch it on double time.
Yeah, I got 12 pages, and because I spent the majority of the first bit waffling back and forth on if I wanted to sit and read physically, if I wanted to listen, and I decided to listen for the moment and color. I'm working on a flamingo.
Nice.
It's a flamingo.
Nice.
And I took Mora outside and she went potty, and that was good.
Good for her. One.
Yes, you did.
Yeah,
She
it's
looked
starting
like-
to rain. Has it started? Oh, it has started raining. Oh,
It's
we
been
lost
pouring.
a big branch.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
That's fun. Mora!
That do happen when it rains.
It does, especially when it's like the thunderstorm. Anyways.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah. The Waterstones exclusive just says exclusive edition, which includes bonus content scene featuring Bryce and Hunt as they celebrate a special time together. Yeah, I think every one of them has like a different chapter, which will end up on the internet somewhere. So like,
Yeah, that's why I wasn't worried about a lot of it.
yeah. So fun read, not essential info. Finished Inheritance Games, 5 stars. Nice. I really liked the first one in that series. I did not like the way that the series ended, but that first one was good. Read 163 pages of A Desire in His Blood by Zoe Draven, and I think that marks the end of the night for me. Good night, Caitlin. Finished my manga and then watched Witty Novels vlog and brushed my teeth. Nice. And a mood sometimes. Sometimes you
That's
just
what I
gotta.
should do. I should read some of One Piece while I'm reading this.
There you go.
That's what I need.
There you go.
Satirical pirates.
Almost done
That's what
writing
I
the
need.
chapter I'm working on. So excited because this is hard. Nice. That's exciting. Reading from one of the many books I'm currently in the middle of. My Goodreads says I'm reading 12. That sounds about right.
You can finish some of those, Rainy.
It happens. Like sometimes you just get into a mood where you can't finish. Who knew writing a book is hard? Kidding. Everyone knew this. I knew this.
I'm usually the opposite. I struggle with actually allowing myself to read more than one book at a time.
I have so many.
Like
books.
I have to like I got to get this done. I got to complete it. I got to be able to check it off the list. See, now in my tasks, am I that way? No. In projects, am I that way? No. But in my reading specifically.
But for some reason in books, that's how it works.
Oh, books.
Fair. Writing a book is hard. I always quit halfway. Same. Hello, Krista. Welcome.
Oh, sorry.
I want to write a book one day, but I keep saying it has to be original, which of course I want, but it's hard when so many books exist. There is nothing original under the sun.
I was gonna say there is like, don't worry about being original so much as write the book that you want to write and then see what kind of book you end up with.
Right. Well, because like here's the thing, tropes exist for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Comp titles exist for a reason. That's how books are marketed. So like having something that is
like
similar.
retellings are one of the biggest genres almost, like a genre of their own almost.
Right.
You know?
She's mad because
your book will be original and unique just in the way
because you wrote it.
Even if you're just mashing a bunch of things together, it's going to be original and unique because you wrote it.
No, you can play with me.
Like we think of original as a way in like, oh, this has never been written before, but like
I promise you, it has.
it has.
Yeah.
Like all of my stories end up being some form of Cinderella story. Don't ask me why. I don't set out to write them as some form, but they do.
Right. Yeah. It's just your take on another story,
Right.
which is what books are for
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
most part.
And like if
Right.
everything
Story
was
you write.
original, then it wouldn't ever be successful because originality isn't so much.
It's not just having an idea that no one's had
really,
before.
Right.
it's like, can the reader, find, a way to relate to it or become
Mhm.
invested in it?
Mhm.
So it's like that's what really does it is for me is like, like with a retelling, for example, yeah, we all know the main, focus, the main themes, but what are you bringing to it that gives it a
Yeah.
special connection that's different,
Yeah.
that like makes it hit different than the original, like it doesn't have to be a different story to hit different,
Right.
Yep. Here is
Well, and a
my
lot of
advice.
times the first book you write is never going to see the light of day anyways. So like make it as similar as you want to another book.
My
Just
first
practice.
book is Bad Lord of the Rings self-insert fanfic. So
Right.
my advice for how you figure out if you should write an idea is when it is something that you keep thinking about, that's when you know you should write it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like you don't have to write it right away, but
Yep.
like a lot of my ideas, I let them marinate, and there's a certain point where I'm like, okay, now it's time.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Not that I've written anything in like 2 years.
Yeah.
Some
No, I
things are
agree
brain
with
me
you.
down.
Oh, it's fully like it just fully stopped working.
It happens.
Yep.
How did the bottom of my pants get wet when I tucked them in my boots?
You are going to have to explain that one to me. I don't know how Tennessee water works. I only know how Florida water works.
It's special. It's been pouring here though.
Yeah.
Like so much. I was gonna give Maura a bath on Saturday, and then I looked at the weather for the next week because I was filling it in my bullet journal. I was like, never mind. Never mind.
Defeating prophecy.
My plan. So now I just look like a goofball. Yeah.
Bath next week.
Oh, Mara. So cute.
See, I'm just a goofball. Ow. You kind of bit me there.
All right. Well, we are going to do one more sprint
Mhm.
tonight.
I'm not actually reading this sprint.
Woohoo.
I'm going to start Skills and Sensibility once I update the blog with where I
Good
am.
night, Jen.
Jen.
All right, so we're going to do one more sprint, and I will see you all in 45 minutes. Hello, welcome back. I did not read. I got my dinner, found out my chicken was completely raw, did not eat my dinner, and dealt with that. Like, had to get a refund from DoorDash, which was like more difficult. And then I noticed that they never respond to their Google reviews, so now I'm drafting an email to the health department.
Oh boy.
It was like floppy raw.
Wow.
It was so bad. I'll send you.
Have other people had that issue?
Well, there was another review from like a couple weeks ago that was like, I definitely got food poisoning here.
Wow.
So
Have you ordered from them before, or was it new?
Huh? No, I've never ordered them from them before. Derek had.
Derek.
But yeah. Fortunately, because of my job, I know the health department. Like, I know the people at the health department, so I can literally just be like, "Hey,
just so you know.
Maybe just go do an inspection."
Maybe just shut them down.
Just so you know, these people, they're sketchy.
Just a bit. How'd your sprint go?
Well, we read
Nice.
some of a book.
How are you liking that one?
I'm liking it. My one thing is that they're treating animals as a fashion accessory.
Oh yeah, no, they're not. They're 100% mini poodles.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. The only way that you would have an animal as a fashion accessory at your debut would be if it was dead and stuffed and in your wig.
Yeah, you know. The dragons are special.
Like, it would be one thing if she's acting like it's going to be with her at the ball and stuff. And I'm like, it would be one thing if, like, you took it around town and things like that. Like, that makes sense to have it be, like, the new fancy pet. Mm-hmm. But, like, she's talking like it's going to, like, literally be on her shoulder at her gown. And it's like, that's just, like, I don't see that being something that is actually a good idea, y'all. Also, Jessamine is
is literally the cutest thing in the world.
Yeah, I love him. I hate her cousin. I'm glad she left. She should have yelled at her cousin more.
Yeah.
She should have told her cousin exactly what a little bitch she was.
That's fair. But it is kind of the whole point of the book.
Yeah, I know.
It's the whole story.
Her cousin's a little bitch.
Krista's going to be packing for a trip. Fun. Hello, Carly. That was our last rant. I'm so sorry. Yeah. I need to walk my dog soon. Yes. Just wrote the team colors on a post and went through my Audible and Scribd library to write down books of certain colors. Yeah, there's a lot of blue books.
Listen, that's why I keep telling people blue is not a challenge. You need to challenge yourself. It's called the Amazing Readathon, and it is a challenge. Some difficulty level to it.
Well, Kay's on the green team, so like.
Okay. Never mind.
Read 40 pages. Nice. It was a little like local ghost kitchen.
A what kitchen?
A ghost kitchen.
What is a ghost kitchen?
So it's a fully, like, it's just a delivery. So they're usually operating out of another restaurant.
Ah, okay.
So it's like it'll operate out of a Chili's or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But they're
interesting that they do that.
It got really popular during COVID.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So we have, I would say 4 or 5 of them. Yeah. It's it was a cheesesteak place, and I don't eat red meat, so I was like, okay, I'll get this like chicken cheesesteak. Poor life choice. I'm just glad I noticed it before I took my first bite, because like knowing what I know in my line of work, I could have gotten very sick. No one has time for salmonella.
Yeah.
Bree, how did your sprint go?
Good. I got about 40-ish pages done, maybe a little more.
Nice.
40 to 50 pages.
Nice.
So, yeah. And got most of what's in the covered.
Nice. Yeah, a lot of the YouTubers did ghost kitchens. I actually, I think this actually might be a YouTuber's ghost kitchen. Like, they're interesting concepts coming from an inspection, like from a regulatory.
How do you even regulate how much of that is like the ghost kitchen? How much of that is the Chili's that they're in? You know?
That's the thing, because like from what I've seen of ghost kitchens, it's always just like the normal employees that are doing it. It's just like a separate freezer or whatever, or a separate cooler, but it's still the same employees.
Yeah, that just like I feel like whoever's restaurant they're using, they also have some sort of investment in making sure this person selling food out of their restaurant is following.
So like the ones that are in like LA and stuff, they run their own. So like it's usually like a commissary kitchen that they will like rent out space for. Yeah. But because that doesn't really exist here in Utah, they just have like basically rented space in restaurants.
Yeah.
So yeah. I don't know. But I didn't eat it. But now, like by the time I got done with it, by the time I got done with all of that, it was too late to order anything else. So like now I'm starving. But it's raining, so I don't want to go out and drive anywhere.
I mean, I feel like since Derek is the one that made the recommendation, Derek should be the one that goes out.
He offered to. But it's also like 9:00, and I'm like, I don't really want to eat that late anyway.
I understand that.
I'll just eat breakfast in the morning.
Yeah, it's probably like, is there a way you can do like a light snack or something?
Yeah, probably. I'm pretty sure I have some snacks.
Like at least that, like you don't have to worry about it triggering acid reflux while you sleep potentially.
Yeah, pretty sure ghost kitchens are the same food as the restaurant. Yeah, it depends on what it is. Like some of them are the exact same restaurant. Like Arby's does the same thing. They have Arby's, but then on DoorDash they also have something called Market Fresh, which looks like a whole different restaurant, but it's really just like their sandwiches, like their healthier items. It's really stupid.
Makes so much sense.
Yeah.
But like some of them I think are actually ghost kitchens, because like there was a like an Asian fusion one in a Chili's or an Applebee's or something. And I was like, that's not the same food.
Yeah, that actually makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. I just like knowing how busy some of those places get. It's like, how do they have like the room for people to make to use any part of their kitchen?
I don't know. And also it just doesn't seem like, from a regulatory standpoint, it just doesn't sound safe, because it's either you are responsible for it, therefore you need to be inspected, and it's like it's on you when something goes wrong, or it's not on you, but like who is it on?
Right.
I don't know. There's not enough there's not enough laws in place for it, which like when I was at Council for Food Protection, there was a like study that got brought up like to put something in the food code about it, but it didn't go anywhere.
Yeah. I mean, like people who rent, like landlords are evil, but people who like rent out apartment buildings are required to like make sure that like there are certain things you're not able to do as a renter because they violate health and safety stuff, and you get in trouble if you don't do it from the person that you are renting from. So like, yeah, I feel like if you are a restaurant and you're renting out your kitchen as a ghost kitchen, you also have a responsibility.
Some sort of responsibility, right?
Like you should be the first person calling if they are not following food safety.
Ghost kitchens I'm familiar with rent out catering type kitchens late at night, or they operate out of people's homes, which definitely they should not be doing.
Like it's one thing to play fast and loose with whether or not your chicken is done at home, but when you're selling it to
people, pink juice. Yeah, no, that was terrifying.
The pink sauce, yeah.
Oh, that was so terrifying.
Yeah. And the people that were like buying it, like I'm gonna see if I get food, like y'all.
You're like, that is just asking for something.
It just looked like mayo with food coloring in it, honestly.
Right, but it was being shipped in a manila type like bubble wrap envelope, and mayonnaise has to be refrigerated.
Tell that to the mayo that is currently fermenting on our counter because that makes it last longer. This is homemade mayo. My dad and I are both like, yeah, you can give yourself food poisoning. You want?
What did you put in it?
I have no idea what she put in it. My mother tends to research these things relatively well, so I am assuming that there is like probably something in there. Like, I will be honest, homemade mayo is the best mayo.
It is, and
But
you can leave it out. It becomes shelf stable if you used oil instead of eggs.
I think we did probably use eggs in there.
That's when you have to refrigerate it.
So, because I made homemade mayo, I just don't go through mayo fast enough for it to be worth making because I threw away most of it.
I'm a sucker for finding out a trim. By the time it got to Walmart production, the quality testing was placed. This is fine. The thing is that she was like literally making it in her home and then shipping it in just a bubble wrap. And so it was like not, it was not edible by then. That was the problem. It was the shipping that was the issue, and the actual making. By the time it was in, like, Walmart's not going to put something in place unless they know it's coming from an approved source, like coming from an actual distribution center.
Yeah,
because Walmart's too big to put those. Precautions.
All things considered, they probably have been involved in some food poisonings unintentionally.
Every grocery store is.
Yeah.
But half the time it's usually just other people, not the employees or their problem. Yeah, it was Sweet Ranch. That's what it was. So it had like buttermilk in it. Anyways, well, that's going to be it for us tonight. That sounds terrible. But did you try it? Was it good? Because
I feel like depending on the combination of things, because sometimes things will combine when you make something.
But like coconut and buttermilk or coconut and ranch, that's just oh well. Anyway, that's all for us tonight. Bree, are you sprinting tomorrow?
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna be on.
Coconut is not always too coconutty flavored, by the way.
Right.
Just depends on how well refined it is. Sorry.
That's fair. All right. So sprints tomorrow on Bree's channel. Margaret's on Saturdays.
Yes, 9:30 on Saturday.
I might be doing Patreon sprints on Friday, but it kind of depends on what my family is doing because I have family in town. So it kind of depends on what we're doing. Either that, we might just do like daytime sprints. And then I'll be on my channel on Sunday. Anyway, have a good night, guys. We'll see you later. Bye.